Okay, so I had some trouble recording the entire screen, so this might not be the best quality video or the smoothest videos on YouTube, but you need to deal with that. Okay, so this is a video, I can say tutorial, more of a demonstration of my IDE called OS IDE, which is basically an integrated development environment meant for OS developers. Mm, so yeah, I'm just gonna demonstrate the features and basically how you build. I mean, you can use it even if you're not an OS developer. I especially like using OS IDE for assembly, and also don't ask about the icon. They just have no idea what to put as the icon. So there should be a download link in the description. I should not forget the most important link. Okay, so let's run the the DXC. It should just take like a few seconds to boot up. It shouldn't take too long. Okay, so here it is until the OS IDE. Um, So here we have all these options. We have about IDE. I have no idea what made this help tab. I have to edit, so you have the copy and paste, of course, and you can open, save, and create files, and that's pretty much all the file operations you need. And of course, what makes it not a text editor is the build or run option. Tab, not an option. Okay, so let's write some simple assembly code. So I'm just gonna create a simple bootloader. So I'm gonna jump infinitely. I'm gonna times 100. Okay. So I'm just gonna fill in the bytes, 512 bytes for the boot sector, and I need to define a word which is 0xAA55, and that's why it's 510 because the word takes 2 bytes. You don't need to really understand the code. Okay, so this is some assembly code, so let's save it as assembler source. And let's call it bootloader.sm. So to actually build and run, we need 2 files. The first one will be our build file, which I'll just do echo of. That's recommended by me, and you just pretty much okay. So this is gonna be simple for me. It would just be bootloader.sm fbin no bootloader.so. So if you use like C++, you do like G++ or like GCC, something the DXC, I'll be assembling to bootloader the so using NASM. So I'm gonna save that as build.bat. So once it's done, we also need a run.bat. So let's Control N for a new file, and let's save that as run.bat. Okay, so pretty much what we need is if you're developing and building something to an exe, pretty much everything you need to do is just type the name of the exe, and you can make it be followed by .exe, but it does not need to be .exe run by a bat file. So for OS developers, you just need to run an emulator. So I'm gonna do x86-64. I'm using Chemo, a really good emulator, and you just do pretty much bootloader.iso. So let's save that, and I'm gonna Control O to open my assembler source. And let's do build. And here I have 512 bytes bootloader.iso. That's exactly what I wanted. Now let's run it. So I press F2, and it boots perfectly fine. It's booting from the disk, and it doesn't crash. It doesn't do anything. So it cannot respond, but if you close the exe of whatever you're running, OS IDE will go back to normal. So there's nothing to worry about. We can also do build and run. So let's do a bit more complicated. Well, not really complicated, but I'm just gonna do some changes. So I'm gonna move to the higher A register. I'm gonna move to 0x 3. You don't really need to understand that code, it's not a programming tutorial. And I'm just gonna move like E, and let's call it an interrupt. And I will press F3 to build and run, and it should print out E. So as you can see, really simple, and it's really cool that you can just build it like that without doing many stuff manually. So yeah, in my opinion, it has a really good look for OS though, especially if you full screen it. It also is good for C++. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you'll enjoy your development with OS IDE. Goodbye.